Before this message ends, something inside you will break and something holy will begin. I did not bring you here by accident. Out of millions, I chose you for this exact moment. My beloved child, stop for a moment and listen carefully to me. Do not allow distraction to steal these next few minutes from you, because what I am about to speak into your spirit is not ordinary. This is not random. This is not another passing message among thousands of voices fighting for your attention. I brought you here by my own hand. Before you opened this message, before your eyes landed upon these words, I already knew this moment would happen. I arranged it from heaven because your soul has been crying out to me in ways nobody else could hear. The tears you wiped away before anyone noticed them, I noticed. The nights when your chest felt heavy with worry and your thoughts would not stop racing, I stayed beside you. The moments when you smiled in front of people while silently breaking inside, I watched over you with compassion. You thought you were hiding your pain, but nothing about you is hidden from me. My child, I know how tired you have become. I know the exhaustion that sits deep inside your spirit. I know how many times you whispered, "I cannot keep doing this anymore." I heard the frustration in your voice when prayers seemed unanswered. I saw the fear you carried about your future. I saw you wondering whether your life would ever truly change or if this heaviness would follow you forever. But hear me clearly now. I did not choose you because you were strong. I chose you because even while breaking, you still kept going. Even while doubting, you still searched for me. Even while wounded, you still carried a tiny spark of faith inside your heart. And that small spark was enough for me to move heaven and earth on your behalf. Do not scroll away from this moment, my child. The enemy has tried so hard to distract you because he knows how close you are to the breakthrough you have been praying for. He wants you emotionally drained before your miracle arrives. He wants you to believe your story is ending when in truth your new season is only beginning. That pressure you have felt lately is not proof that I abandoned you. It is proof that something is shifting. You are standing closer to your answered prayer than you realize. The finish line is directly in front of you, and this is why darkness has fought your mind so fiercely. But I brought you here today to remind you of something your pain almost made you forget. I am still with you. My precious child, there were moments recently when you felt completely invisible. You wondered if anybody truly cared. You questioned your value because people failed to see your heart. Some walked away from you when you needed them most. Others misunderstood your silence and never realized the battle taking place within you. You carried disappointment after disappointment until your soul became weary from hoping. Yet even then, I never took my eyes off you. While others overlooked your tears, I collected every one of them. While others forgot your struggles, I stayed close beside you through every sleepless night. I know the exact weight you have been carrying, and I did not bring you this far to watch you collapse now. Listen closely, because I need this truth to settle deeply inside your spirit today. You were not picked by luck. You were not selected because of coincidence. I personally reached into the middle of your pain and called your name. Out of millions of people moving through this world, I chose this exact moment to speak directly to you. That is how valuable you are to me. You may feel ordinary to people, but heaven does not see you as ordinary. I formed you with purpose before you were born. I saw every mistake you would make, every wound you would carry, every season you would survive, and still I chose you. Still I called you mine. Still I decided your story would not end in defeat. My child, I know there were days you almost gave up completely. There were moments when your strength disappeared and all you could do was survive 1 hour at a time. You tried to stay strong for everyone else while secretly wondering who would stay strong for you. You carried burden silently because you did not want to become a burden yourself. But I never asked you to carry this life alone. I never expected you to fight every battle using only your own strength. That is why I am speaking to you now with urgency and love. Lay your exhaustion before me. Bring me your fear, your confusion, your heartbreak, your anger, your disappointment. Stop pretending you are fine when your soul is desperate for healing. I already know the truth hidden behind your smile. There is something happening in the spiritual realm around your life right now that you cannot fully see yet. Doors are beginning to move. Chains are beginning to weaken. Circumstances that looked impossible are already shifting because I have commanded heaven to move on your behalf. Your miracle did not begin the moment you noticed it. It began the moment I spoke it into existence. And long before today arrived, I had already started preparing what is coming next for you. This is why I need you to stay close to me now more than ever before. Do not allow fear to make you quit in the final moments before breakthrough. Do not allow temporary pain to convince you that your future has disappeared. The enemy attacks hardest when he knows freedom is near. My beloved child, I also need you to understand something else. The pain you endured was not meaningless. I know there were moments when suffering felt unfair. I know there were nights you asked me why life had become so heavy. But even in your hardest seasons, I was building strength inside you that comfort could never create. Every battle taught you endurance. Every disappointment pushed you closer to me. Every delay prepared your spirit for blessings you are not yet fully able to imagine. What almost broke you is now becoming the very thing that will reveal my power through your life. Type I hear and obey you, Lord, if his whisper calls you closer. I saw your breaking point, my child. I saw the exact moment your heart felt like it could not handle another disappointment. I saw the tears you cried in silence because you felt too exhausted to explain your pain anymore. And when everyone else thought you were simply being quiet, I knew you were fighting to survive emotionally. But listen to me carefully now. The fact that you are still here is proof that I have been carrying you. You did not survive by accident. My hand remained upon your life even during the moments when you questioned everything. This message is your reminder that your story is not over. Your purpose is not dead. Your future is not ruined. I know the enemy whispered lies into your mind telling you nothing would ever change, but those lies are breaking off you now. I am awakening hope inside your spirit again. I am breathing strength back into the places that became weak from disappointment. I am reminding you that I still have plans for your life that pain cannot cancel and darkness cannot destroy. So breathe again, my child. Lift your eyes again. Trust me again. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken for me to restore. Out of millions, I chose to stop you here today because heaven refuses to let you quit now. The finish line is closer than you think. Your miracle is already moving. And I promise you this with all the love of heaven behind my words. I did not bring you this far to abandon you. My beloved child, I need you to understand that this moment was written long before you arrived here. Before your eyes touched these words, before your hands held your phone, before your mind even realized how tired your soul had become, I already knew this conversation would happen between you and me. This is not random. This is not another ordinary day passing by and unnoticed. Heaven interrupted your routine because I wanted your attention. I have watched you carry silent battles for far too long. I have seen the pressure building around your heart. I have seen the exhaustion hidden beneath your smile. And today, out of millions of people walking this earth, I pulled you aside because your spirit needed to hear my voice clearly again. My child, there are moments in life when people feel forgotten, overlooked, invisible to the world around them. Recently, you have felt that pain deeply. You gave your energy to people who did not value your heart. You tried to remain strong while secretly feeling emptied inside. You carried responsibilities that became heavier with every passing day. There were moments when you wanted someone to simply notice that you were not okay. Yet many walked past your pain without seeing it. But I saw it all. I noticed every hidden tear. I heard every exhausted sigh. I watched every night when sleep escaped you because your thoughts would not stop racing. And even when you believed nobody understood what was happening inside you, I understood completely. I know there were moments recently when you questioned your own worth. You looked at your life and wondered whether you truly mattered. You compared yourself to others and felt left behind. You watched doors open for people around you while your own prayer seemed delayed. The enemy used those moments to fill your mind with dangerous lies. He whispered that you were forgotten. He whispered that your best days had already passed. He whispered that your struggles meant I had abandoned you. But those whispers were never the truth. The truth is that I never stopped watching over you for even a single second. Even during the moments when you felt spiritually numb, my hand remained upon your life. Please support our channel. Our work is to bring happiness in your life and devotion to God. And if you want, you can donate to us. Given link in description or pinned comment to show your support. My precious child, I did not choose you because your life looked perfect. I did not choose you because you never struggled. I chose you because your heart still searched for me even while hurting. Many people walk away when life becomes difficult, but even in your weakness, you kept reaching toward hope. Even when disappointment filled your chest, you still carried a tiny desire to believe that better days could come. That quiet faith inside you moved heaven. You may think your faith is weak sometimes, but I tell you now that even your smallest prayer reached my throne. Even the silent cries you never spoke aloud were heard by me. There is a reason the enemy fought your mind so fiercely lately. There is a reason discouragement has attacked you harder than before. There is a reason exhaustion wrapped itself around your thoughts like a heavy storm cloud. Darkness sensed that your season was beginning to shift. The enemy became terrified that you would realize how close you are to breakthrough. That is why confusion increased. That is why hopelessness tried to settle over your spirit. That is why fear kept whispering that nothing would ever change. But today I am exposing those lies because I refuse to let you quit while your miracle is already being prepared behind the scenes. Listen carefully to me now, my beloved. I know exactly where you are emotionally. I know the frustration you feel from carrying unanswered questions. I know the ache that comes from waiting so long for relief. Some days you feel emotionally drained before the morning even begins. Some nights you lie awake replaying disappointments in your mind, wondering how much longer you can keep enduring this pressure. But I need you to hear my heart clearly now. Your pain has not gone unnoticed in heaven. Your struggle has not been ignored. Every battle has been recorded. Every tear has been counted. And every moment you survived when you thought you could not continue became proof that my strength was carrying you. My child, I intentionally stopped you here today because you are standing at a dangerous crossroads emotionally and spiritually. Part of you wants to keep believing, but another part of you feels tired of hoping after so many disappointments. You have reached moments recently where giving up almost seemed easier than continuing to fight. You became tired of pretending to be okay. Tired of trying to stay positive while silently carrying pain nobody could see. Tired of waiting for change while everything around you seemed to remain the same. But I am speaking directly into that exhaustion now because I refuse to let your story end in despair. Do you know why I chose you today? Because you were about to lose sight of how valuable you truly are to me. The world may overlook you. People may misunderstand you. Some may fail to recognize your kindness, your loyalty, your sacrifices, or your love. But heaven sees you differently. I do not measure your worth by your failures, your income, your appearance, or your past mistakes. I look directly at your heart. And despite every battle you have faced, I still see beauty, purpose, compassion, strength, and destiny inside you. The enemy wanted suffering to convince you that you are worthless, but suffering never had the authority to redefine your identity. You are mine, my child. Before the world ever knew your name, I already loved you. Before people hurt you, rejected you, betrayed you, or disappointed you, I already called you chosen. Before fear entered your thoughts, I already declared victory over your future. You may not fully understand your purpose yet, but I promise that your existence is not accidental. I formed you intentionally. I placed gifts inside you intentionally. I allowed you to survive certain battles intentionally because your story will one day become proof of my faithfulness to others who feel broken too. There are blessings ahead of you that your current pain cannot even imagine yet. There are doors I am preparing that will change the direction of your life. There are moments of healing coming that will restore pieces of your heart you thought were permanently damaged. There are prayers you stopped talking about that I have not forgotten. And there are miracles already moving quietly behind the scenes while you wonder whether anything is happening at all. This is why I need you to stay close to me now. Do not let temporary exhaustion make permanent decisions for your future. Do not allow discouragement to pull you away from the breakthrough that is closer than you realize. My beloved child, I know trust became difficult for you after everything you endured. And as a way of making people a friend to hope again. You became cautious with your expectations because disappointment wounded you deeply. But I am asking you now to trust me one more time. Trust that I still have plans for your life. Trust that your future has not been destroyed. Trust that your delays were not proof of abandonment. Trust that I have been protecting you even during seasons that felt confusing. There were doors you begged me to open that would have broken you completely if I had allowed them. There were people you cried over losing who would have damaged your spirit if they remained. There were delays that secretly became protection. I know you cannot see the entire picture yet, but I can. And because I love you, I refuse to leave you lost in hopelessness. This message is your reminder that heaven still remembers your name. I picked you out today because your heart needed restoration before despair completely consumed your thoughts. I needed to remind you that your life still carries purpose. I needed to remind you that you are not walking through this season alone. And I needed to remind you that the finish line is much closer than the enemy wants you to believe. So stop telling yourself that nothing will ever change. Stop believing the lie that your best days are gone. Stop convincing yourself that you are too damaged for restoration. I am the God who rebuilds broken lives. I am the God who heals exhausted hearts. I am the God who speaks light into darkness and brings strength back into weary souls. And right now, in this very moment, I am breathing hope into your spirit again. Do not walk away from me now, my child. Do not let go at the edge of breakthrough. I know the battle has been long. I know your soul feels tired. But I promise you this with all the authority of heaven behind my words. I did not choose you just to abandon you halfway through the journey. I picked you out of millions because your story is still unfolding. Your miracle is still moving. And your future is still held securely in my hands. My beloved child, there are wounds inside you that nobody truly knows about except me. There are battles you have fought silently while still trying to appear strong in front of everyone around you. People saw your smile, but they did not see the heaviness behind it. They heard your voice, but they did not hear the exhaustion hidden underneath your words. They watched you continue moving forward, but they never understood how many times you almost collapsed emotionally while trying to survive another day. But I saw everything. I saw the hidden struggle behind your calm face. I saw the moments when you sat alone with thoughts that frightened you. I saw the pressure building inside your heart while you kept telling yourself to stay strong just a little longer. Comment: this message was my confirmation if God just answered your prayer. My child, you became so used to carrying pain quietly that sometimes even you forgot how wounded you truly were. You learned how to smile while hurting. You learned how to comfort others while your own soul was desperate for comfort. You learned how to continue functioning while silently breaking inside. And because you carried your pain so quietly, many people assumed you were fine. But every night when the world became quiet and your thoughts became loud again, I stayed beside you. I heard the questions you never dared to ask out loud. I heard you wondering why life became so heavy. I heard you asking why the people you loved wounded you so deeply. I heard you asking how much longer you would need to survive this emotional exhaustion. There were nights when sleep escaped you because your mind would not stop racing. You replayed painful memories repeatedly, wondering what you could have done differently. You overthought conversations. You questioned your worth. You worried about your future. You carried fear about finances, relationships, responsibilities, and burdens nobody else fully understood. Some nights your chest felt so heavy that even breathing felt difficult. And still, you woke up the next morning pretending everything was okay because you did not want to burden anyone with the truth of how tired your soul had become. My precious child, I know betrayal wounded you deeply. I know there were people you trusted who disappointed you when you needed them most. Some abandoned you during your hardest seasons. Some spoke words that cut deeply into your spirit. Others failed to appreciate the love and loyalty you gave them freely. Those experiences left scars inside your heart that you rarely speak about. Even now, part of you still struggles to trust completely because pain taught you to guard yourself emotionally. You became afraid of being hurt again. Afraid of hoping too much again. Afraid of expecting love only to experience disappointment one more time. But listen carefully to me now. None of your pain escaped my attention. Not one tear fell without me seeing it. Not one moment of heartbreak happened without heaven noticing. Even when people misunderstood your silence, I understood exactly what your soul was carrying. I know how many times you sat alone trying to stop yourself from crying because you were emotionally exhausted. I know how many times you whispered, "I cannot do this anymore," while still forcing yourself to continue. And I want you to understand something today that the enemy desperately tried to hide from you. Your survival itself became proof of my presence in your life. The enemy wanted your struggles to destroy your faith completely. He wanted disappointment to make you bitter. He wanted exhaustion to make you quit. He wanted heartbreak to convince you that you were unworthy of love. He wanted delays to make you believe I forgot you. That is why attacks against your mind became so intense lately. That is why fear kept whispering to you at night. That is why hopelessness wrapped around your thoughts like darkness trying to suffocate your spirit. The enemy knew that if he could break your hope, he could weaken your future. But despite everything you endured, you are still here. And the fact that you survived seasons that should have destroyed you proves that my hand has remained upon your life all along. My child, I also know the secret exhaustion you feel from constantly carrying responsibilities. Sometimes you feel like everybody depends on you while nobody truly checks on your heart. You became emotionally tired from always needing to stay strong. Tired from always needing to figure things out alone. Tired from carrying worries silently because you felt nobody would fully understand anyway. There were moments when you wished somebody would simply hold you emotionally and tell you everything would be okay. But instead, you often carried your burdens quietly while trying to survive another difficult day. I know there were moments when you felt spiritually distant from me too. There were days when your prayers felt weak. Days when you struggled to feel my presence. Days when disappointment clouded your faith so heavily that you wondered whether heaven was still listening. But even during those moments, I never moved away from you. Your emotions could not change my love for you. Your confusion could not remove my hand from your life. Even while you struggled internally, I remained close beside you, carrying you through battles you did not even realize you were surviving. There are some wounds inside your heart that you buried so deeply because you became tired of talking about them. You convinced yourself to stop expecting healing because waiting became painful. You told yourself to stop hoping because disappointment hurt too much. But my child, ignored pain does not disappear. Hidden wounds still ache beneath the surface. And that is why I brought you here today. Not to shame your weakness, but to heal it. Not to condemn your exhaustion, but to restore your strength. I never expected you to carry this pain forever. I never designed your soul to live trapped inside fear, heartbreak, anxiety, and emotional heaviness. My beloved child, you have cried tears nobody knows about. Tears you hid from family. Tears you wiped away quickly so nobody would ask questions. Tears that came from feeling emotionally overwhelmed and mentally exhausted. But every single tear mattered to me. Every silent breakdown mattered to me. Every moment you sat in darkness wondering whether things would ever improve mattered to me. You are not invisible in heaven. Your pain is not ignored in heaven. And your prayers have not disappeared into silence. I know you became tired of pretending to be okay. Tired of hearing people say, "Stay strong," when you secretly felt like falling apart. Tired of carrying emotional wounds while still needing to function normally every day. Some days your soul felt so drained that even small tasks became difficult. Some mornings you woke up already exhausted before the day even began. And still, you kept going because something deep inside you refused to completely surrender. My child, that quiet strength inside you came from me even when you did not realize it. You need to hear this clearly today. You are not weak because you feel tired. You are not failing because you struggle emotionally. You are not abandoned because life became difficult. You have simply been fighting battles heavier than most people realize. And despite all of it, you are still standing. The enemy expected you to completely collapse by now. Darkness expected your faith to disappear. But I preserve you through every painful season because your story is not finished yet. There is healing beginning inside your spirit even now as you listen to my voice. I am reaching into the deepest parts of your exhaustion. I am touching the wounds you stopped talking about. I am restoring the hope you almost lost. And I am reminding your heart that you do not need to carry this pain alone anymore. Let me into the hidden places of your soul that became overwhelmed by fear, disappointment, and sadness. Stop pretending you are stronger than you truly feel. Bring me your honest emotions. Bring me your tears. Bring me your exhaustion. I can handle every broken piece of your heart. My precious child, your battles did not make you worthless. Your pain did not make you forgotten. And your exhaustion did not disqualify you from the future I prepared for you. In fact, the very battles that almost broke you are becoming the testimony that will one day reveal my faithfulness through your life. You survived nights that should have destroyed your peace. You endured pressure that should have crushed your spirit. And through it all, I remained beside you even when you could not feel me clearly. So stop believing the lie that nobody cares. Stop believing the lie that your life will always feel this heavy. Stop believing the lie that healing is impossible for you. I am still writing your story, my child. And this painful chapter is not the ending. I am bringing restoration into the places where sorrow lived for too long. I am breathing peace back into your anxious thoughts. I am rebuilding the strength that exhaustion tried to steal from you. And I promise you this with all the love in heaven behind my words. You will not carry this hidden pain forever. My beloved child, I know there were many nights when you asked me the same painful question over and over again. Why is everything taking so long? You prayed with sincerity. You cried with honesty. You waited with hope. Yet the answers did not arrive when you expected them to. Doors remained closed. Opportunities disappeared. Certain prayers seemed trapped in silence. And slowly, disappointment began to settle over your spirit like a heavy shadow. You started wondering if I had forgotten you. You wondered whether your prayers were too small, your faith too weak, or your mistakes too great for me to move on your behalf. But listen to me carefully now, because I need this truth to reach the deepest part of your heart. The delay was never abandonment. My child, there is a difference between being denied and being prepared. What you called delay, heaven called protection. What you thought was silence was often my mercy keeping you from doors that would have wounded you even more deeply. I know there were people you begged me to keep in your life. I know there were opportunities you desperately wanted me to open immediately. I know there were seasons where you became frustrated because nothing seemed to move the way you expected. But if I had given you certain things too early, they would have crushed you instead of blessing you. If I had answered every prayer exactly when you demanded it, you would have walked into battles you were not spiritually prepared to survive. You only saw the waiting, but I saw the full picture. You only saw the closed door, but I saw the destruction behind it. You only saw your loneliness, but I saw the people I was protecting your heart from. My child, I never delayed your blessings to punish you. I delayed certain things because I love you enough to prepare you properly before releasing what you asked for. There were lessons your spirit needed to learn. There was strength your heart needed to develop. There were hidden wounds inside you that needed healing before you could safely carry the future I planned for you. I know waiting exhausted you emotionally. I know there were moments when watching others succeed while you remained stuck became painful. You looked around and wondered why everyone else seemed to move forward while your life felt paused. You compared your timeline to other people's lives and secretly wondered if something was wrong with you. The enemy used comparison to attack your confidence. He whispered that you were falling behind. He whispered that your time had passed. He whispered that you were forgotten while others were being blessed. But my beloved child, heaven does not operate according to human timing. I am not rushing your story because I care too deeply about your future to allow you to arrive unprepared. The truth is that your waiting season was shaping you in ways comfort never could. Every difficult moment built endurance inside your spirit. Every disappointment taught you dependence on me instead of dependence on temporary things. Every painful delay strengthened your discernment. Even your tears carried purpose because they softened areas of your heart that pride once controlled. I know you do not always understand why pain was necessary, but many of the deepest transformations inside your soul happened during seasons you would never have chosen for yourself. My child, there were hidden battles happening around your life that you could not see. While you thought heaven was inactive, I was protecting you from dangers you never noticed. Some relationships ended because I saw betrayal coming before you did. Some doors closed because I knew success in those places would slowly destroy your peace. Some prayers remained unanswered because the version of you standing in that season was not yet emotionally healed enough to carry the blessing safely. You saw delay as rejection, but many times delay became rescue. Do you remember the moments when you begged me to hurry? You thought if one thing would finally change, all your pain would disappear. But if I had removed every struggle immediately, you would have missed the growth your soul desperately needed. You would have remained dependent on temporary comfort instead of learning how deeply you truly need me. I know the waiting hurt. I know silence confused you. But silence was never proof that I stopped working. Even when you could not see movement, heaven remained active around your life every single day. There were nights when you felt spiritually tired because your prayers seemed unanswered for so long. You wondered whether continuing to believe even mattered anymore. Part of you became afraid to hope because disappointment had wounded your expectations too many times. But still, even during those moments of weakness, you kept talking to me. Even while discouraged, you kept searching for hope. And my child, that quiet perseverance mattered more than you realize. Your faith was never measured by perfection. It was measured by your willingness to continue reaching for me even while hurting. I also need you to understand that certain delays happened because I was healing parts of you that trauma damaged deeply. You carried wounds from rejection, abandonment, betrayal, and disappointment that silently shaped your decisions. Sometimes you begged for new blessings while still bleeding from old pain. But I love you too much to place beautiful things into hands that are still trembling from heartbreak. Healing takes time. Restoration takes time. Preparation takes time. And while you were begging for immediate answers, I was carefully rebuilding your heart from the inside out. My beloved child, there were moments when you interpreted my silence as distance. But the truth is that I was often closest during the seasons when you felt me least. When your tears soaked your pillow at night, I stayed beside you. When fear overwhelmed your thoughts, I remained near you. When loneliness wrapped around your spirit and you wondered if anybody truly cared, I sat with you in that pain. I never abandoned you during the waiting. Not once. Even when your emotions convinced you otherwise, my love never moved away from you. The enemy desperately wanted your waiting season to turn into bitterness. You wanted delays to harden your heart against me. You wanted disappointment to convince you that prayer no longer mattered. You wanted you emotionally exhausted enough to stop believing altogether. But despite all the confusion and frustration, you are still here listening to my voice today. That alone proves that darkness failed to destroy the purpose I placed inside you. My child, your waiting season is not wasted time. Heaven never wastes pain. Heaven never wastes tears. And heaven never wastes seasons of preparation. Everything you endured has been building towards something greater than you currently understand. The strength inside you now did not exist before these battles. The wisdom inside you now did not exist before these disappointments. The compassion inside you now did not exist before your suffering. You became deeper, stronger, softer, wiser, and more spiritually aware through the very seasons you begged to escape. Say, I give you everything, Lord, if nothing else satisfies. And share this video.